This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. As though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, well. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity, risking your freedoms and your lives to do so. All right, this is a part 2 to the video I had did earlier within the week. Just how that these visions were sealed for this coming time that we're in now, man. You know, how when we go to the book of Daniel and it reads in the 12th chapter, it's like I didn't pass the book. How that this is for this time right now that we're in, the time of the end. All right, this is Daniel 12:1. It says, And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So, hey, we're coming into times that are going to be really harsh, you know. And these lessons in this book are going to be the only things that are going to deliver us. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to get a couple of scriptures. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So, the epistles in this book, these letters, they're supposed to be the strength of someone who's going to make it out of this place and out of all the calamity and the hell that the Lord is about to bring. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, for the fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. Right? You know, just like when Yahweh Shai was about to be offered up, he had the wisdom to get him through the tribulation that he had to go through. Likewise, as we through much tribulation are about to go through these things, and you know, some of us may be put to death, or you know, some of us may not. But the end of it all is not Isaiah, but the Sirach 4:28, which is to fight for the truth until death. Either way, if we do that, we're gonna be confirmed as the souls of the righteous elect of the Most High, which those are the people that are predestinated to be delivered out of this calamity to come. So I'm going to go back to the Daniel's 12:1. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time, that same time. And that time thy people shall be delivered. So we're coming into those times where it's going to be tribulation, but right after tribulation and Jacob's trouble, there's going to be a salvation out of that, you know. But this is what has to come so the Lord can bring about the kingdom. You know, he has to be merciful to his elect, as well as he has to destroy this former kingdom for all of its wickedness and judge it. All right. And everyone that should be found written in the book, and that book that is talking about is the book of life, which that is going to be for the elect, namely Israel. You know, the elect of Israel, because only Israelites have the promise of being saved from what's about to occur. All right. This is verse 2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. And we see that happening now. You know, that this great awakening is coming to the face of the earth, where all the things that were hidden, you know, who is who in the Bible, who is Esau, Edom, who is Israel, who is Elam, all right, who is Gog and Magog today, and what they will be doing, and how these are gonna have very what's the word I'm looking for? These events that are about to occur are about to be it's on the tip of my tongue, but basically what's about to occur, you know, it's about to be very graphic, and it was identified in the scriptures first, man, before it came to pass, you know. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be very austere times, man. Very tough times. Is what we're about to come into. It's shit's about to get real, as they say. Um, it says some to everlasting life. So hey, you got some that are waking up to the truth entirely, and they may be part of the elect. You know, and then you got some that may wake up to the fact that it's elites in control of everything, that Satanism's everywhere, but they don't have the way to get out of this hell. They see the hell, but they don't know the deliverance behind it. And that there is a God of Israel that's coming to deliver those that are in the belly of this beast, man. All right. So you have those that are waking up to the truth, and they're gonna continue in the truth, and you have those that are waking. Shit, they may wake up to the truth and believe, but the Lord may not have them be delivered because they're gonna cast this aside, or they're waking up to the truth entirely. They may not know the name, all right, or they might believe in Christianity that is gonna get them out of the destruction to come. They may know a few things. They may know what the MARK is, but they don't know how to be delivered from these things. It says in Psalms of shame and everlasting contempt, because that means the Lord delivered them to these things. It wasn't so much as a man that may be delivered, far as the elect, how he's sitting in the hell like the three holy children, and the fire didn't touch him. No, he's gonna be those wicked servants that set up the righteous men that are going to be cast into the furnace, man, and it's going to be 10 times as hotter than where the elect were about to go through there. As a matter of fact, since I said that, because that was symbolic as well, what happened with the three holy children. But this is 1 Corinthians 11:31, and it says, "For if we should judge ourselves, we should not be judged. We should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world." All right. So our chastening that we go through, whether even if it was, to be martyred, that's chastening as long as you didn't turn your back on your Yahushua and you kept the word of this patience. Even that's chastening, or even the daily hell that we go through. All right, or being ridiculed, hated, being looked at as a as everything reviled, being ostracized. That's the word I was looking for. We're going to be ostracized, and we are being ostracized now, but it's coming even heavier. But those are light judgments. It even said that the prophets got sawn in half. Those are light judgments compared to the fire that these people are about to go through. All right. Yeah, this is 1 Peter 4:14. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, which is Yahushai, happy are ye. It says, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High rests upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Even if they don't revile the name, they revile the men that bear the name and walk after the manner of how Yahushua did, his ways, all right, to actually know him. We're showing you the detailed description of the Heavenly Father from his look to his actions, what he likes, what he dislikes, all right? And this world has a problem with that because they rather do what he dislikes and not do what he likes, all right? These are things that we fight in this world, and we are hated for it, and we are told, well, what is the reward of doing these things? Well, it's coming. It says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief, things that are glorified in this world, man. All right? Or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. All these things. I got this account on Instagram. I follow for some of the news, and I say some of it because it's called Shade Room. All right? And it's always them telling men's matters. And it's like sometimes you see somebody in the comments saying, we would have been better off without this information. Let people live their lives. Okay, they're grown. Or nobody cares. Because that's not real news. There's so many things going on in the news that we should know of, far as the different mandates that are being passed. A lot of homes are going without electricity. These things aren't really making mainstream news. They may talk about an energy crisis, but really they're bringing the energy crisis. All right? How Putin's about to be... he has most of his military leaders turning on him, which is probably COINTELPRO with these other nations of Ukraine and the U.S. how they do things. They'll put spies in amongst nations to take down a leader or a so-called dictator. and just like they did with Gaddafi, and they'll have the people turn on him and making it as an excuse to destroy this man. All right, saying, oh, look how he treats his citizens. He's killing. No, what you did was you set up COINTELPRO, and you had people disguised as his people, stirring up madness. All right. Likewise, they even do with Jake in these communities where they put the black mask on. And that's Esau's MO. Or they could pay somebody amongst that crowd to do such things. All right, but this is verse 16. It says, "Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, Hamashiachim, which is to be of the Lord's anointed, let him not be ashamed." It says, but let him glory the Most High on this behalf. It says, right, because that means the Most High. That's why even Paul said it, and it says it throughout the scriptures. Let him that glory in this, that he knoweth the Lord. Because that's the gift. That is the gift. The entire world doesn't know the Lord, man. I just kind of want to get it. And then I'm going to go back to that First Peter's. This is in 1 Corinthians. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 1:31. It says, I'm going to start at verse 30. It says, "But of him are ye and Hamashiach Yahushai, who of the Most High is made unto us wisdom," which this is the wisdom, to understand the ways of the Heavenly Father, man. And with that, we're entering into his rest, man. We just waiting on the rest, man. It started with Yahushai. Now we're waiting on the rest of the manifestation of the Spirit, to be established, and then it'll be fully fulfilled. It says, "In the righteousness and sanctification and redemption," which is what we have if we continue in this, because we understand that this is the only way. All right, we know that we're not perfect, but we understand that Yahushai is going to make us perfect, like unto his glorious body. All right, understanding and beholding his ways and loving and praying for mercy, that according as it is written, "He that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord." So that is it. That we understand and we know the Heavenly Father, man. That is the gift that the Most High gave us, to be like a son. All right? Knowing that the Most High is coming back to repay vengeance unto the ungodly. All right? And we don't want to be caught up in that. This is verse 16. It says, 1 Peter 4:16, "Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High on this behalf." All right, because that you're suffering for a reason. You're suffering because you're upholding the ways of the Most High, and you're saying that this is the way that we're supposed to be doing. This is how things are supposed to be. All right, this is what the Lord delights in. All right, this is the reason why he destroyed this place, because they didn't want to do these things, and they put idols before him. Where it says in verse 17, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. So it's gonna begin with the ancient men, that have been keeping his ways, and we're going through it, because this is a part of our chastisement. That first we have to be judged, all right? And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High God? All right? So that furnace is going to get turned up even more on these people, man. All right? For just going without ability to have certain victuals, certain products, shit, even water, man. Sooner or later, there's going to be a famine for food and water. That's coming, man. These are prophecies, all right? They talk about the food shortages all the time, getting people ready, but it's a simple fact that it's not really hitting home like that has these people blinded, that they can go into stores and buy this and buy that, all right? But sooner or later, those trucks are going to not be moving again. Just watch, Come by next year, those trucks are not going to be moving once again, man, all right? It always starts around usually like the springtime to the summer, So if we are here, I'll say winter 2023, Yahweh forbid, but nevertheless things have to come to pass. But if we are still here, going through shit, it's gonna be a really tough time. That will definitely be the mark of Jacob's trouble, if we're not already in the midst of it. Around next year sometime, it could come before, I'm not making this a prophecy because hey, the Lord said tokens, and it doesn't happen on my time. You know, I just know it's getting hard now. It's gonna be even tougher in the coming time to come, man. All right, but it says, "What shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High God? And if the righteous scarcely be saved." Right? It says the righteous. When you see it talking about the destruction, then it talks about the deliverance. So we know that the right in the midst of the destruction, that's when Jake's gonna be getting delivered, man. All right, whether it be from a wild animal, the Lord's gonna come just in the nick of time, man, or whether it be from a man about to try to take advantage of you and your family, you know, or cannibals coming after you and your family, the Lord's going to come in the nick of time. Or the end all be all, ultimately, when we get delivered from the missiles into the chariots, the Lord's going to come in the nick of time, because those missiles are going to be getting shot as the chariots are beaming people up. All right? What need would they have to get beamed up if there's no pending danger coming? The pending danger has to be seen, and just in that moment is when the Lord is going to deliver us. It says, "And if the righteous scarcely be saved," which is like saying hardly, you know, just by the hair of their heads, you know. Imagine the axe coming to somebody's head, and then somebody pushes them out the way or snatches them down, and you see like it almost got the blade of their hair, but it didn't even get it, and they got moved out the way, you know. Just how Esau does with his theatrics in these movies and TV shows and cartoons. When somebody throws a dagger or something, well, they got that understanding from the scriptures, man. Because that's how the Lord is going to come back in the nick of time, man. That's why it says, "Behold, he cometh quickly." All right? Because in the nick of time is when the Most High is going to come and deliver us. It says, "Where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" All right? "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing, as unto a faithful creator." So this is what it's telling us to do, understanding that these calamities are coming because we're in the midst of these times now, man. We're in the midst of this vision unfolding. All right. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 7. It says, "And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear, whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious." Right now we're still in that teaching phase, man. We're in that teaching phase. And I'm going to get another scripture to back this up, you know. But right after this teaching phase is going to come destruction. "But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house," you know, which is to have the spirit. All right, the house of our people, the house of Israel, they are a rebellious house which refuses to hear the knowledge of the Most High, to be delivered from these calamities that the Most High is about to pour out here. Because what he's coming back to do is to judge the ungodly, the rebellious, the rich, you know, those that don't want to listen. "Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee," because it's not so much as the things that are named, you know. I mean, yeah, it goes into what the Lord does not like, but we've all done things the Most High doesn't like. It's when you refuse to turn from those things, when you've been told that these things are not the way to do things, and you say, "Oh, that's a bunch of horseshit." Well, now you deserve what's about to happen to you because you despise it. You didn't say, "Damn, well, shit, damn, the Lord didn't like this shit the whole time. Well, let me stop if he didn't like it." So, lucky, I didn't know. All right? Because the Most High is not gonna put something on you if you didn't know. That's the reason why the Lord reveals these things in this time, so that you don't have a cloak for your sin. All right. "And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein." All right, and that was spiritually symbolic for these scriptures, man. All these scrolls which are mashed into one, and it is called the Bible. All right. "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations, mourning, and woe," which is, hey, lamentations. When somebody laments, they're crying, and they're in mourning, and then the woe being destruction, because these are all the prophetic things that are about to hit this earth, you know, right after the teaching. Because, hey, as Ezekiel, as Jeremiah, as Isaiah spoke these words, then it came. It was no more need for hope because it was seen then, man. All right. This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 27. It says, "Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you." And that's going into the curses, but also this pain and danger that the Lord is bringing. "For as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so be in return seek him 10 times more. For he that hath brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation." Because yeah, like I was saying, with that destruction comes deliverance. All right, it's prophecy. Then it's spoken prophecy. Then it's prophecy coming to pass, far as the destruction. Then it's prophecy coming to pass, far as deliverance. Man, it says, "Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee." All right. Miserable are they that afflicted thee. That's prophecy. All right. The Lord talks about chastening the kings of this place, that sat in great abundance, and live fat, man. He talks about destroying the Assyrian king, which today that is the same king of Babylon as Esau. He has come back in the stead of the Assyrian king as well as the king of Egypt, all right. He is that anointed cherub because the Lord has chosen him to rule over this earth. All right. That's why it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right. That's a prophecy came to pass. Now we know who the wicked is. That's another prophecy that came to pass. That this man and his sin has been revealed. These are being revealed now because we are at the end. At the end of every storybook is when these secrets start to come out. All right. That's why it's called Revelation or Apocalypse. This truth has been sent out now, man. All right, it's being revealed. All right, it says, "Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall," because that had to come to pass, that would be a falling away first, "so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning." Hey, is it not written that this book is full of lamentations, mourning, and woe? Now it's about to be mourning for a whole nother group of set of people, which is going to be the wicked of our people and in these other nations, man. All right. It says, "For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time." And that's how we know that that's talking about this Babylon today, man. Because ancient Babylon was never destroyed by fire. All right. And when it goes into what it says, devils, I believe that goes into, I know it's talking about the evil, wicked idolatry, but I'm gonna have to check in if that matches up with the cage for every unclean and hateful bird. I think it might match up with certain things like that. But I know those are also talking about how after this place is destroyed, it's gonna be inhabited by doleful creatures, unclean animals, man. Because they're gonna be the ones that's gonna be surviving and inhabiting this place according to Isaiah the 34th chapter and Isaiah the 13th chapter. All right, as well as books in the Revelations, man. All right, but I was just finishing up on where I left off the other day, is that these prophecies have been revealed in this time. All right, shit. I think it's in Daniel or it might be in Revelations 13. I was wrong on both, but it's the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now you know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time." And this is the time of Esau being revealed, man. This is that time. Because now is the time of his end. All right? Now is the end of Esau's world and Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash. Shalom, and Bible Ball.